close. Alright guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome to another video on the E39 M5. As you could see, I almost had a heart attack looking up the pork chop pieces. That's what they're called. They are like the fender liner and undercarriage plastic pieces on the E39 M5. And if you have one of these cars, you probably already know that the pork chops are known to be a piece that is broken a lot. And for me, I actually didn't break the pork chop. It was a previous owner. When I bought the car, it had a crack in it and also had a little crack in the bumper too, which will hopefully eventually be taken care of. But for today, what happened was the pork chop on the car, the piece cracked, and then over time some piece fell out of it, so now it's really obvious. And I went to look up the OEM pieces that are well over $300. So today we are not paying OEM prices, we are paying a fifth of the price. Link in description. One of the M5 guys on the group let me know that he has a connection to someone who makes these pieces. They are very, very good quality. They're not like the cheap ABS plastic, and they fit extremely well. So today we're going to just be replacing the pork chops, and I'm going to do both sides just because that's kind of what people do. But the biggest thing is that there's a big nasty hole in the front. So full disclosure is that I did not hit anything with the M5. It was a piece that I kind of had my eye on and then eventually broke. So keep that in mind. I wasn't smashing into parking bumpers, but today we are going to be replacing the pork chops, which is the technical name for it on the forums apparently. But funny story is that I think were originally pretty inexpensive, $100, $200, which is not super cheap, but not $300. And what happened is people kept breaking them, and then as the cars had aged, I guess the OEM manufacturers tended to just drive the price up because of demand and limited supply. So there's a lot of other options on eBay, but I will put a link in the description and you guys will be able to see me install this on my M5 today. That was easy. Okay guys, old versus new. Obviously this was the little area that we had a problem with, and the new one looks very similar. I actually would recommend setting something on top of this to sort of flatten it out just a little bit, which I did. I put a gallon of like Adam's shampoo on it. I set it like this and it just kind of sat for a little bit. So I'd recommend doing that. So hopefully it'll fit. But you will notice that this one has a brake duct cut out versus that one, which lines up with this right here. So if anything, I guess the brakes will just be that much cooler. I'm not really 100% sure, but I would assume, this fits right in. So I don't have a problem with that. We're gonna try to fit this up right now. I also did order hardware as well. Just because the old hardware is a little rusty, so I figured for an extra 10 bucks, just make everything nice and clean. So we're gonna fit this back up, and I'll show you how to do it, and hopefully not struggle through it too much. All right guys, all the hardware is installed. I actually only used these screws, the extra hardware. I used these screws and then the sort of like the bracket that goes behind them. This little thing. The rest of them just fit too well, and the screws that came with this thing were too small for the very bottom piece. So here is the fitment, guys. This I'm trying to show you with the light here. It fits really nice and flush. It goes right underneath it. And of course, the new piece is much different color than the old piece, so I'll have to try to clean this up. You know, it just makes me want to buy a whole new fender liner at this point, but with the wheel on it won't be nearly as obvious. So here's a little detail item, and then underneath, let me give you a quick little once around. So that is what it looks like. Pretty self-explanatory, guys. Once you get it going, it's pretty good. All right guys, so I think that's gonna do it for this project. I wanna get the wheel on, and I actually do wanna do the other one. The other one has a tiny little crack in it, so while we're at it, I figure I'll do both of them. All in all, very straightforward. You have to fumble through a little bit just to kind of, you know, pull the piece into place, but for being a fifth of the cost, it's definitely worth a try. So links are in the description. I'll see you guys next time.
Don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey.